9/11 is a reflection of the spiritual battle, because it's the whole question or problem or reality of evil, pain, and suffering. And to me, the continued 24/7 attack on humanity by Satan himself to destroy us. And 9/11 to me is a direct manifestation of that spiritual war, where the actual ultimate prize is humanity, every human being. And you're able to overlay the reality of that spiritual battle over what goes on here in this world, and you see that there is a real enemy, and there is a real God who loves us, who's more than able to overcome. You're able to frame these events, specifically 9/11, which I experienced. You're able to frame these events within the context of that narrative of a spiritual battle, and that narrative of there being more to this life than just the physical. Because once again, we go back to the motivations of 9/11. We're told that it's terrorists, but to me, the greater reality and the greater truth was that the whole event was perpetrated upon us by an evil government that is trying to control us and to manipulate us. And there's no greater manipulator than the fear of death, and then secondarily the fear of losing everything you have, which the terror of that event that day drove the whole nation into a massive panic and fear, which then set about huge nationwide sweeping legislative acts that created this surveillance state and this state of fear within the nation. And once again, driven by people's fear of death and fear of losing everything. And when you don't have the perspective of who you are, which is a spiritual being that will live forever, and when all you really are focused on is your material existence, your natural existence, and you're doing everything you can to save that and to prolong that, you end up doing things that are trading liberty and freedom for security. My perspective has always been that who I am is a spirit being. To me, having experienced 9/11 in such a visceral, personal way, being there at the very epicenter of the event, I believe that God placed me there to use that to help people understand that they don't have to live in fear, that there's something greater, there's something beyond themselves that's greater than their physical life, that they have a hope beyond this life. They don't have to hold on to this life. They don't have to be manipulated by the perpetrators of this event to live in fear and to give up their freedoms and their liberties for the illusion of maintaining a few more days on this world and live under the chains of fear and tyranny instead of living in freedom and liberty. So yeah, for me, it always comes back to the reality of who am I? Why am I here? Who is my creator? Who is the source of my life, the source of my strength, my freedom? And when you build that foundation, it allows you to have a discernment to pierce through the lies and not to be fearful of things.